I've cleaned up the bamboo. Oh, still a little bit just there, needs cleaning. Pretty much got it cleaned up. Cleaned up the yew, but of course it's all a bit thinner than it was before. So my estimations of draw weight are going out the window. I've got some sayings, some of which are good and some of which are good some of the time. And one of them is solving problems is easy. The hard thing is working out what the problem is. But with something like a bow, it's not even that easy, because you can't necessarily see the problem till it's all built up. So what I'm planning is maybe cut a little bit more out the belly, that'd be the belly of this former, to glue in a little bit more reflex, because this is all going to be thinner now with the Ipe. I mean, I could add another lamination, but it's only a matter of I've lost about, say, 1 millimetre for the sake of argument. And of course all my laminations are much thicker than that. I've got loads of bits of ash and Lord knows what. And again, ash is heavy, and it's I could put a thin layer of ash under the bamboo, but it's a lot of work. So I'm thinking just add a little bit more reflex, glue the yew to the bamboo, see how it tillers then if I'm short of draw weight I can add another lamination, then add the Ipe. But even saying that, I don't know what the Ipe will add, because it's pretty tough stuff. So it's applied guesswork basically. Now I've marked it up, that's going to give about another 5 millimetres of reflex, so I'm not going bonkers. And what I'll do is I'll glue a couple of little pillars on here and a cross piece so I can grip it in the vise better. And I'll try and do a decent glue up this time. Wish me luck. The whole form's a bit skinny now, but should do the job. There's not a lot of force required to bend that skinny little 2 lamination thing. That's the support block I've glued on now. So once that's dry, I can clamp the vise onto this bit, and I can get plenty of rubber strapping, clamps and Lord knows what along the rest. Well, there you go. I don't mess about. I've used every clamp I've got in the garage. Well, every decent G-clamp. There's a couple left up there, that's about it. And hopefully we'll be alright this time. It's got a little bit more reflex. Fingers crossed for a good glue up. I've tried to look both sides to make sure I've got some squeeze out. And I've narrowed the bamboo slightly. I've taken the nodes down right round rather than just one flat spot. Everything to try and get it to sit flatter and conform better to the shape of whatever I'm trying to glue it to. We'll see in the morning. I had it glued up last night. There's a little bit of bounce back where I've taken the clamps off, which is quite interesting. Glue line looks very nice. I shall clean that up later. And have a little go on the tiller, see how it is. Probably needs an extra day to let the glue cure really well. I noticeably that yew is thinner at that end than this end, so this end will become the lower limb probably. Right, I've planed off the excess bamboo and given it a quick run on the belt sander just to tidy it up a bit. You can see the glue line's nice. And here it is next to my sort of £50 ELB, it's English longbow, flight bow, to give you an idea. So you can see it's considerably slimmer this way. But we've got quite a bit of width to play with still. This is still a good inch wide. And even at the funny end where there's a bit of taper on one side, got plenty of width. So it looks like we're going to be alright. It's very similar length overall. There's all sorts of questions like, do I build up this belly side a bit? Have I got enough Ipe to do 2 Ipe laminations? Do I do a thin lamination of something else than the Ipe? Don't know. I mean, it also shows up some of the dodgy grain areas. But it is what it is. It was scraps of yew that were left over. So you've got that plug there. But at least it's moving in the right direction now. I'm not sure that I wouldn't have liked a tiny bit more reflex, but of course I can glue that in at the next stage. I can put it on a more heavily reflexed former. That's not easy to say. Anyway, I'll keep you posted.